With the Dance of the Dragons fully ignited, Ser Criston Cole, now serving as Hand of the King, believed the Greens needed to strike quickly and decisively. Abandoning the more cautious strategies of his predecessor, Sir Otto Hightower, Cole devised an aggressive campaign aimed at securing the Crown lands and crippling Rhaenyra's support. He marched out of King's Landing with a host of 100 knights, 500 men-at-arms, and a considerable force of sellswords, swelling his ranks to approximately 2,400 fighting men. To bolster his numbers and test their newfound loyalty, Criston compelled Lord Rosby and Lord Stokeworth, who had recently submitted to Aegon to avoid execution, to contribute their levies to the Green Army. Thus reinforced, Cole's army advanced on Duskendale, the walled harbour town ruled by House Darklyn. The town, caught entirely by surprise and unprepared for such an assault, quickly fell. In a brutal display of Aegon's resolve, Lord Gunther Darklyn was summarily beheaded for his unwavering support of Rhaenyra, while most of his household knights, facing a grim choice, swore fealty to Aegon. A defiant few chose death. Criston next turned his attention to Rook's Rest, a stronghold of House Staunton, who had also declared for Queen Rhaenyra. Lord Staunton, forewarned of the approaching Green host, hastily closed his gates. However, he could do little to prevent Cole's forces from putting his fields to the torch, slaughtering his livestock, and preying upon his smallfolk. As supplies within Rook's Rest dwindled, Lord Staunton dispatched a raven to Dragonstone, desperately pleading for assistance from Queen Rhaenyra. Upon receiving the dire news, Queen Rhaenyra's sons, Jacaerys and Joffrey Valerian, eager for battle, clamoured to ride their dragons, Vermax and Tyraxes, to their lord's aid. But Rhaenyra, perhaps sensing a trap, forbade them. Instead, 9 days after Staunton's plea, it was the formidable Princess Rhaenys Targaryen, the queen who never was, who arrived alone, astride her magnificent dragon, Meleys, the Red Queen. As Meleys descended above Rook's Rest, Criston Cole's meticulously laid trap was sprung. His archers loosed volleys of arrows, and his scorpions, massive bolt throwers, launched their deadly projectiles. Meleys, largely unperturbed by these initial attacks, responded with a torrent of dragonfire, incinerating the green soldiers below. Then, with a terrifying roar, King Aegon, atop his golden dragon Sunfyre, and his brother Prince Aemond Targaryen, riding the ancient and colossal Vhagar, burst forth from their hidden positions. The two dragons, flying in concert, lunged at Rhaenys and Meleys. 1,000 feet above the ravaged fields of Rook's Rest, the three dragons engaged in a brutal aerial ballet. Meleys, swift and fierce, managed to clamp her jaws around Sunfyre's neck in a desperate bid to end the fight. But at that critical moment, Vhagar, with Aemond guiding her, plummeted from above, a living mountain of scales and teeth, crashing into the entangled dragons. The impact was catastrophic. All three dragons, locked in a death embrace, plummeted to the earth in a tangle of wings, claws, and fire. When the dust settled, only Vhagar rose unscathed, her rider Aemond likewise untouched. Meleys, the majestic Red Queen, was a broken, mangled ruin, ripped to pieces by the fall. Beside her mangled carcass lay the charred and unrecognizable body of Princess Rhaenys Targaryen. Sunfyre, though alive, lay grievously wounded, one wing half torn from his body. King Aegon II, his rider, suffered severe burns across much of his body and multiple broken bones, his survival uncertain. With the dragons silenced and Rhaenys slain, Aemond and Criston led the remaining Green forces to storm Rook's Rest. Lord Staunton and his remaining garrison of 100 soldiers were put to the sword, their defiance ending in death. The grisly trophies of victory, the heads of Lord Staunton and the colossal Meleys, were triumphantly transported to King's Landing. The sight of the dragon's head, paraded through the city on a cart, struck a chilling awe and terror into the smallfolk. Thousands, gripped by fear of the escalating conflict, began to flee the capital, prompting Dowager Queen Alicent Hightower to order the city gates closed and barred to prevent further exodus. The victory at Rook's Rest, while significant, came at a heavy cost for the Greens. Ser Criston Cole's army lost some 800 soldiers to Meleys' fiery breath. King Aegon II Targaryen was incapacitated by his horrific burns for nearly a year, his recovery slow and arduous. During this period, Prince Aemond Targaryen, Aemond One Eye, stepped into the role of protector of the realm, effectively ruling in his brother's stead. Sunfyre, too large and too badly injured to be moved, remained flightless in the fields of ROOK'S Rest, left to subsist on the carcasses and livestock provided by guards posted to ensure his safety. For the Blacks, the loss of Princess Rhaenys and Meleys was a devastating blow. Lord Corlys Velaryon, Rhaenys' grief-stricken husband, was consumed by rage and sorrow. He bitterly blamed Queen Rhaenyra, believing that if she or her sons had ridden their own dragons, his beloved wife might still be alive. The war, already brutal, had claimed one of its most prominent figures and a formidable dragon. ROOK'S Rest, though conquered, would not remain in green hands indefinitely. Later in the war, Lord Wallace Mouton would lead the retaking of the castle for the Blacks, though his attempt to slay the wounded Sunfyre would ultimately end in his own death. The battle at ROOK'S Rest, a pivotal moment in the Dance of the Dragons, had irrevocably altered the course of the war, leaving a trail of destruction, grief, and a kingdom teetering on the brink.